In this activity, you will be applying what you have learned in this chapter. First, you will need to construct a table called food products. At the very minimum, the table should contain the following fields: product ID, which will be an integer field and the primary key of the table. It must be self-incrementing field. Product category, which is also an integer, which would represent a foreign key, but at the moment it will not be a foreign key, just a simple integer field. Product name, which can be any textual data type. Wholesale price, which will be a decimal field. And net retail price, which also will be a decimal field. After you have created the table, you will execute an insert statement, and you will insert the following products into it: pancake batter, breakfast cereal, and sriracha sauce. For each one of those, retail price needs to be set to 5.99 and wholesale price needs to be set to 3.99. Product category ID needs to be set to 1, and product ID will just increment itself. Good luck. This is a solution to your activity where you have been asked to insert some data into food products table. Before we can do that, we need to create food products table. And this is the table structure that we came up with. Product ID, which is integer, not null, and has auto increment clause on it, which we are setting as the primary key of our table. Product category ID, which is also integer, also not null. And because we have been asked to insert a value of 1 into every instance of it, we are setting 1 as the default. We have decided to add another field called supplier ID, which has exactly the same structure as product category, and also has default value of 1. Product name, which in our case is car data type that allows up to 50 characters, is also not null. Net retail price, which is decimal, and as we have been asked to set it to 5.99 for every single instance, we have set value to 5.99 as default. Available quantity is another field that we have added, which is also an integer and also isn't null. Wholesale price is another decimal field. And once again, because 3.99 is the value we have been asked to insert for every single instance, we have set it as default value. Unit kg weight is another field that we decided to add. And there is also nodes field, which is of data type varchar and which allows up to 750 characters. This time, we are allowed to use nulls. Here's the insertion statement that we came up with. So we are inserting 3 records with the product names of pancake batter, breakfast cereal, and sriracha sauce. We have decided to use some random fields to insert some other values into. And in our case, those fields are available quantity, unit kg weight, and nodes. And those are the values that we are inserting into those fields. If we execute this sequence of statements, we should create a table, insert data into it, and then select all the rows from the table. Before we execute this statement, we need to make sure we are using the right database. So our food products table has been created, and the following values have been inserted into it.